The year is 1936. Renowned archaeologist and adventurer Indiana Jones embarks on a perilous mission deep in the South American jungle. His goal? To retrieve a priceless statue hidden within an ancient temple. As he navigates the dense forest, Indy skillfully avoids a series of deadly traps designed to protect the artifact. His journey is faced with danger, not only from the temple's defenses, but also from his treacherous colleagues who betray him, only to meet their own demise due to their lack of knowledge about the ancient mechanisms safeguarding the treasure. Indy, however, uses his expertise to successfully reach the statue. Yet, in a moment of miscalculation, he triggers a booby trap by failing to replace the statue's weight properly, setting off a massive rolling boulder. In a frantic escape, Indy finds himself cornered by the Jovitos, a local tribe led by Dr. René Belloc, a cunning French archaeologist and longtime rival. Belloc forces Indy to surrender the statue, leaving Indy with no choice but to flee. He makes a narrow escape with the help of his friend Jock, who arrives just in time with a seaplane. Indy speculates that Belloc intends to transport the stolen artifact to Marrakesh. Back in the United States, Indy's close friend and the museum curator Marcus Brody purchases the antiques that Indy retrieves, using the funds to support Indy's global expedition. Soon, Indy is approached by Army intelligence officers who reveal a disturbing discovery. A German radio station from Cairo to Berlin indicates that a prominent National Socialist Party have uncovered the ancient city of Tanis, buried by a colossal sandstorm in 980 BC. According to legend, Tanis is the resting place of the Ark of the Covenant, which contains the Ten Commandments inscribed by Moses. The Ark is said to possess immense mystical power, capable of rendering its possessor invincible, a prize the opposition desperately seek. The officers inform Indy that the message mentioned his former mentor, Professor Ravenwood, who is believed to hold the key to locating the Ark through the headpiece of the Staff of Ra. When placed correctly, the staff would reveal the Ark's location within a special map room, depicting a miniature version of the ancient city. Indy sets off to find Marion Ravenwood, his ex-girlfriend and the daughter of Abner Ravenwood, in Kathmandu. Marion possesses the headpiece, but she is initially reluctant to help due to her anger at Indy for abandoning her in the past. Eventually, she agrees to join him in exchange for $5,000. Their reunion is interrupted by an enemy agent Todd and his henchmen, who attack Marion in an attempt to seize the headpiece. A fierce gunfight ensues, resulting in Marion's bar catching fire. Amid the chaos, the headpiece falls into the flame, and Todd burns his hand while trying to retrieve it. Indy manages to recover the headpiece, forcing Todd to retreat. Indy and Marion travel to Egypt, where they discover Belloc collaborating with their enemy to excavate the Ark. During the skirmish, Marion is captured by the opposition, who attempt to smuggle her out of Cairo. Indy intervenes, causing the truck carrying Marion to overturn and explode. Believing Marion to be dead, a grief-stricken Indy confronts Belloc, who arrogantly boasts about his impending discovery of the Ark, which he believes will enable communication with God. Indy seeks the help of a local shaman to decipher the inscriptions on the headpiece. Learning that Belloc and Colonel Dietrich have only obtained a partial copy from the burn scar on Todd's hand, the shaman reveals that the enemy's staff is incorrectly sized, leading their excavation to be off by over a mile from the true burial site, known as the Well of Souls. Armed with this critical information, Indy entered the map room, correctly identified the Ark's location, and set the stage for a final confrontation with Belloc and the others in their quest for the Ark of the Covenant. While evading the enemies, Indy discovers Marion in their custody. To avoid suspicion, he leaves her with them and proceeds to the actual site where the Ark is buried. Alongside his Egyptian friend Salah, Indy begins the excavation, revealing a chamber teeming with snakes. Using fire, Indy carves a path through the serpents, and together, he and Salah uncover the gigantic chest that houses the Ark. Meanwhile, Marion attempts to seduce Belloc and escape her captors. Her efforts are thwarted when Todd recaptures her. Belloc, noticing unauthorized activity in the city, instructs Dietrich to mobilize his troops. The enemy throws Marion into the snake-filled chamber and set it ablaze. Indy and Marion follow the snakes' path, which leads them to the German airfield. They fight off the enemies, escaping in a fighter plane. Reuniting with Salah, Indy tracks the Ark, which the enemy is transporting to Cairo by truck. After a fierce battle with the armed escorts, Indy reclaims the Ark and transports it by ship to the United States. However, the enemy submarine obstructs the ship and seized the Ark, taking it to an island where they plan to conduct an elaborate ceremony. Atop the island's mountain, Indy and Marion are tied to a pole, forced to watch the opposition open the Ark. To their surprise, it contains only sand, the remains of the stone tablets. However, as soon as the Ark is opened, spirits emerge from it. Remembering an ancient code, Indy and Marion close their eyes, avoiding the deadly gaze of the spirits. The Ark's energy surges forth, attacking and killing the terrified enemies, including Belloc, in a gruesome spectacle. The spirits ascend into the sky before returning to the Ark, which reseals itself, leaving Indy and Marion drained but alive. Weeks later, Indy and Marcus argue with army officers about the Ark's fate. Indy is furious that the army seemingly does not understand the Ark's significance. However, it becomes apparent that they do understand, as the Ark is sealed in a large crate and stored anonymously in a vast government warehouse, never to be seen again. Raiders of the Lost Ark pays homage to a wide range of movie genres, including westerns, swashbucklers, fantasies, and epics. Lucas and Spielberg approached this familiar material with affection rather than condescension. The film is a treasure trove of chase sequences, exotic settings, love interests, twists, reprisals, and roller coaster-like dangers. Harrison Ford excels as the larger-than-life hero. Karen Allen shines as a spirited, quick-witted, hard-drinking brawler, while Paul Freeman delivers a particularly slimy performance as the aristocratic villain. Several elements make Raiders of the Lost Ark an exceptional action-adventure film, starting with George Lucas's screenplay. He portrays the hero, Indiana Jones, as a vulnerable and flawed human who often fails more than he succeeds. This is highlighted by the contrast with the villainous Belloc, who is better dressed, more charismatic, and often outsmarts the rugged Jones. Indy's struggles are evident through his physical injuries, such as gunshot wounds and bruises from fistfights, and his occasional sense of being overwhelmed. Unlike other heroes, Jones relies on his intelligence rather than weapons to escape danger, making him highly relatable to audiences. A great screenplay is often complemented by a smart director, and Raiders of the Lost Ark benefited immensely from the direction of Steven Spielberg. Considered one of the best directors of the late 20th century, Spielberg masterfully captures the thrills and excitement of the film's action sequences. Highlights include the bar shootout, the high-speed chase, and intense fight scenes in the marketplace, and Indiana Jones's climactic race in the desert to reclaim the Ark from that particular socialist party that raised to power in the 1940s. Spielberg excels at delivering heart-pounding action while also knowing when to slow down the pace, allowing audiences to catch their breath and anticipate how Indy will escape his latest predicament. These non-action moments are expertly timed, used for character development, and to build tension for the next action sequence. In an era dominated by excessive effects and non-stop chases, Spielberg's balance of action and narrative is a remarkable achievement. The musical score is a crucial factor in why Raiders of the Lost Ark is an exceptional film. John Williams' score not only dominates the film, but also sets the perfect tone and atmosphere during critical moments. The legendary main theme is iconic, but specific scenes showcase the score's brilliance. One such scene is when Indy uses the reflection of the sun's rays to locate the Ark. The music starts softly with a few instruments and gradually intensifies as the sunlight focuses, climaxing when the light reveals the Ark's location. Without the music, this scene would be quite ordinary. Another example is the introduction of Indy's face, where the music alone establishes him as the hero without any need for words. Additionally, when Indy weighs his bag of sand against the idol, the music heightens the suspense of the moment. Williams' masterful use of music in these iconic scenes is a major reason the score is one of the film's standout elements. As thanks for watching the whole video, here's a picture of a cute puppy. And if you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We'll make a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.